Until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect yourself. Until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances, until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water. After a while, something begins to wither inside of you. Love beareth all things. I had not been nurtured to bear anything. And being a man was hard work because I didn't have anybody to show me, and it's hard to be what you cannot see. See, some people quit because things are out of control. Nobody quits what you can control. But the moment you get in something where you don't get your way, or you get reprimanded, or you get corrected, or you go through this, or you go through that, or you go through the other, where it's bad conditions or bad circumstances, the first thing the immature mind says is, this is ridiculous, I quit. We'll forget, as a young minister, newly married, I had a friend of mine who was much older than me, who was going through a real tough time in his marriage, and I didn't even support or believe in, for that matter, divorce at that time, but his marriage got so bad, I told him, you ought to get out. He was so lonely that he got a dog and named it Friend. You don't know what people go through behind the scenes trying to cope with life. And I watched him take so many blows in his heart, in his masculinity, in his character, that it was so hard to watch. I wanted him to divorce her so I didn't have to see it. He stayed, and things got worse. And then it got better, and then it got worse. And then sickness came in, and then it got really bad. Throwing up on him, urinating on him, cleaning her up. You see, you can go through stuff and never know what's going to happen down the road or who you're going to need. My mother used to say, you never know who's going to have to pass you your last glass of water. And he stuck it out to the end. I mean, to the end. And I was at the funeral, listening at him scream and cry over a person who I knew had broken his heart into pieces over and over again, and yet there was some bond between them deeper than what my young eyes could see. And I remember thinking, you finished. I had never seen it before. You finished. You went all the way to the end. Better and worse, and sickness and health and richer and poor. You went through all of that stuff all the way to the end. It was amazing to see. I fought my way up. I fought to get to work. I fought to get up on my feet. I fought to stand. I fought to carry on. I fought to love. I fought to live. I fought to get out the bed. I fought with my fears, my doubts, my anxieties, my insecurities. I fought with haters, liars, backbiters, and betrayers. I even had to fight with family. And many times I laid in the bed, I couldn't go to sleep because I was fighting with myself. I fought. Such a good fight that when I look at what other people call a fight, what they call a fight is what I call normal. My whole perception of what a fight is has been revolutionized. You saw the glamour. You saw the healings. Be healed, be healed, be healed. But let me show you what you didn't see. I fought to do that. I kept the faith. I kept it. I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of strength. I lost a lot of courage. I lost a lot of time. I lost a lot of money. But I kept down on my knees. I was still believing. Broke, I was believing. Lonely, I was believing. If you lose a job, keep the faith. If you lose a spouse, keep the faith. If you bury your child, keep the faith. If you have to downsize, keep the faith. If you have to move in with your mama, keep the faith. If you're at your wit's end, keep the faith. If you have to catch the bus, keep the faith. If you have to thumb, keep the faith. If you get sick, keep the faith. If you lose your kidneys, keep the faith. If you got heart trouble, keep the faith. You might not get a new heart, but you got to keep your faith. I'm concerned because we are living in a world that has become comfortable with going to school and getting an incomplete. The danger of living a life of incompletes. 3 or 4 sets of kids. Nobody can count on you to stay. You don't have to be a superhero. Nobody can count on you to stay, to stick it out, to endure. Nobody can count on you past happy. They used to come in my office and say, I'm leaving him because he's beating me. I'm leaving him because he abused my children. I'm leaving him because he's homicidal. Now they come in my office and say, I'm leaving because I'm not happy. Who told you you was gonna be? What does that have to do with anything? Who do you know in your life that is happy all the time? You quit because you weren't happy? The person who keeps quitting, you have to live with that infection that you carry, that propensity to never finish. Somebody in this room, you've quit so many things that you've lost respect for yourself. Somebody say, give me the grace to endure. Don't misunderstand it. You can't be no wimp now. What do you do when you're better on the outside than you are on the inside? I can get rid of your thorn, but I gotta bear. Isn't it amazing how good you can be at fixing other people's lives? You know exactly what they ought to do. Even Jesus struggled with finishing. He goes to the Garden of Gethsemane. He says, I don't know, Daddy, this is tougher. Can I get out of this? Can I get out of this? Can I get on a horse and ride away? Can I take a camel and ride away from a cross? Jesus says, Daddy, can I quit? 3 times he prayed, help me to finish. Is there a way that I can get out of being me? Is there anybody in here who has ever prayed, Lord, is there a way I can get out of being me? Being me is not going so good. Being me is not what it's cracked up to be. Daddy, can I quit? And finally he says, not my will. Not my will means not my way, not my preferences, not my pleasure, not my style, not what I wanted. Politics, pulpiteering, preaching, I don't care what it is, dentistry, medicine, nursing. Oh, what an urge it is to quit. 3 times Jesus prayed, can I get out of being me? I don't like what is in front of me. This is not Burger King, and you do not get to have it